start this. Hi, everyone. I have a client of Pursuits here with me. Let's introduce your name and what you do for a living.
Hi everybody, my name is Armando Munoz and I work at a dealership. I'm involved in shipping and receiving and I drive for a living. So I'm a pretty busy guy most of the time.
Yeah, tell us about your hours and also what you do outside of work, being a father with those hours.
Well, my day is pretty structured in a really simplistic way. I don't like to overcomplicate it. It typically starts out with me getting up early. I have to be at work at 6:30. I'll work till like 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon. Then from there it's straight to the gym. I'll work out to then for like an hour, hour and a half, and then I spend time with my kids and then rinse and repeat. That's pretty much how it is.
Rinse and repeat. So, talking a little bit more in detail about your program, let's go into asking you how you were and where you were at physically before you started your program.
Oh man. Where I was compared to now is completely different. I mean, I there's no way I could do what I do now compared to when I first started. Um, I was definitely a lot weaker and honestly in all aspects of my body, upper body and lower body. I have back issues, so it was a lot more of a struggle back then compared to where I'm at now.
hmm And what exercises do you feel like was like really difficult for you in the beginning, or what numbers were you at, or maybe it was just body weight?
Well, a body weight was definitely one of them because I mean I just didn't have the strength to be able to keep myself up. Push-ups was that huge one. Pull-ups are still a challenge, but before compared to where they are now, it's quite significant. And on my legs, I think that was the biggest thing too.
hmm And where do you feel like you were mentally with your mindset before you started your program?
I was in a really bad spot mentally. I was starting over with a lot of things, as a lot of us do in life, and it was very difficult. I was definitely in starting everything over. So at that time, because everything was kind of a starting over job, I was thinking, maybe this time and everything first started in life, maybe first even physically as well.
Yeah. And what worries did you have before going into the program about starting your program? Like, did you have any worries? Did you have any frustrations?
My biggest concern was, I mean, how exactly is it going to work online? Am I going to be able to really follow the program and follow along with what they're giving me? You know, what you have to take as far as your macros are concerned. Um, Price did kind of give me kind of a worry at first, but I was told from the start that we spend so much time spending things on other things that we really shouldn't. Why not invest in yourself in something that's involving your health? And I definitely don't regret that investment at all. It's
I
probably the best one.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with you there. And once you started your program, what were your initial impressions with the coaches and our first call, whether your onboarding call, getting you ready?
I was nervous at first. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how things were going to go. So I just really concerned about that, and what workouts would I be doing? Just run of the mill sort of questions, even concerns you have at first when you first start out. But the support team you have, the your coach, my coach, unfortunately, is fortunately enough is Riley, and she always hollers at me constantly. Keeps tabs as to where I'm at, how I'm doing. I think the biggest thing is not just how you're doing with your workouts, but how you're doing in general. Just because there's always an emphasis is people don't realize how stress can really affect things as well. So, just dealing with life in general, in addition to taking the time to really put in for your workouts, all that support is extremely helpful.
hmm Yeah, it's more than just the physical body. You got to look at all the areas, which is a lot of what Pursuit focuses on. So let's get into the fun stuff now. Where are you at physically now? Before versus now. Let's hear those big numbers that you've hit.
Well, I mean, the biggest one I would definitely say is leg press. When I first started out, I would say it was probably max is 180. When I first started, if even that, I'm not even sure if that was what I started.
A little
I'm
less.
huh?
I think it was less than that.
I think it was less. And to start out and now it I just did 610. So and I didn't max out yet. So that alone is like a massive change. I was in shock that I could that because there's no way I thought I'd ever hit 610. I didn't think I'd hit 400 at first. You just kind of set your own personal goals as you go along, and then you hit that mark, and you're like, okay, then let's see what else we can do. And that's kind of how it's been. And I'm gonna hit 700 eventually. I know it. Um, but
Hmm.
like the row, when cable row, I started out, or even the pull downs, I did, I think 35 maybe. Um, 40 at most, and I can do now 140 comfortably. I can do 160. Um, those standing pull downs with the rope. I started out like maybe 25. I think I just did 72.5, I think, on
Hmm.
those. Um, Push-ups was a huge one. I couldn't even do any pushes really, and I just did 75 of them recently.
Yeah.
Um, 25%. So, just those numbers are just like, to me it's mind-boggling because there's no way I could do that before at all, not even close.
Hmm. And with being able to be so strong now on your program, how do you feel like it's helped like your joints, any aches in your body, any pains that you had before?
Well, see, and that's funny thing you mentioned that because my job does require me to be physical. I do have to load my truck with the merchandise that I send out on deliveries. Some of that stuff, I mean, it's car parts, so it's not exactly light stuff, especially when you're dealing with like rotors, and there even a small block that I had to pick up for my job. I was able to pick that up and carry it, put it on my truck on my own. Honestly, I didn't even need any help. Just picked it up and carried it, and then took it to where I dropped it off and carried it all the way in. So, um, that would have been a lot more difficult before. Um, so I also have to go up steps constantly. So those dreadful step by step, as hard as they are, honestly, the difference when I go up them, man, does it feel different. It's so much easier. I have back issues. I have a herniated disc, and so to develop my strength on my back and everywhere else, it's made a huge change for me. And because of the health that I have and trying to address my issues, um, it's really helped. It's made a huge difference for me. It's made it a lot easier.
Yeah, big changes and can't be happier to have a job feel a little bit easier too.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't wear me out for nothing. I don't get tired there. I just go through the motions, and then I'm ready to go and still work out and do a full body workout. So
Hmm.
to just be able to do that, you don't feel tired like that. I think the biggest thing is when you're done working out, though, is the way you feel. Man, you just feel good when you're done. That's the thing. It's just this feeling you have when you're done with your workout that I just like. Just this refreshing feeling of just your body feels good.
Yeah. So you're kind of already touching on the next question that I want to ask you, reading my mind here, I guess, a little bit. So, where do you feel like you are now with your mindset?
Mindset is a very different place. I've done a complete change as far as my mindset is concerned. It is something about the workouts that does for you that does more than just physically help you. It really does help you deal with a lot of your stress. It's kind of like you can kind of let whatever's bothering you or inside your head, you just kind of channel it to your workout and kind of release it in a way through that. But at least that's what I've done. It's really helped me out tremendously. Um,
Hmm.
I think the biggest thing about it too is when you hit a goal, you kind of like you're not satisfied. You're like, okay, I hit that goal. Let's see what else I can do. You kind of want to keep pushing yourself. Kind
Yeah.
of a self motivating thing about it.
Yeah. And I remember before you even came to me, you were not working out in the gym at all. And now you're like obsessed with the gym.
Yeah, I don't like to not go. Actually, it's funny how that is when you do it so much, it's become for me a normal part of my life. I don't and then I enjoy going. I really like going because I always feel like, man, I want to see where I'm at. I want to see how, when you begin to see changes in your body, I mean, that's a real big motivator. I didn't have any muscle at all before, and now I've gained some muscle. I can definitely, you flex and you see that, you definitely see it there. Definitely wasn't there before.
Hmm.
So and to me, like, I do work out because I like the way it feels too.
Yeah, really, really big. Yeah, I love the getting the flexing pictures of how strong you are and seeing your muscle definition change. It's really cool to see the physical aspects too.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool to see. I mean, I didn't have any muscle like I did now, like I do in my forearms and my biceps and my chest and my shoulders and my back and even my legs. I see it, and I didn't have that. So
Hmm. Thank you, Armando, for sharing all the awesome progress that you've made. You've come so, so, so far, and we have so much more to keep hitting and creating. But to wrap things up, who do you feel like you would recommend Pursuit to?
anyone, anyone, it doesn't matter if you yourself has had previous experience in workout routines and whatnot, um, or you're just a beginner. I mean, I was as green as you can get. Trust me, I had no prior experience in regards to the program as far as workouts in return. I mean, I've done workouts periodically here and there, but this is all set up and structured for you. It's really easy to follow. It really tells you what you need to do. The apps that you use are so makes it really easy to even customize things if you want to add something, which I typically do. I add more to the workout than when I'm originally given. It's just so easy to work with, and the app you use for your nutrition, it tells you where you're at. It lets you know what you need to hit, calories intake, all aspects of the macros are all preset for you, and it just makes it real easy to follow. um Not only that, but I mean, you got a tremendous support system. You got coaches that are definitely going to be there for you, and check on you and see how you're doing, and give you a lot of suggestions as to what you can do to help maintain your focus, to keep yourself motivated, to stay on it, and uh and just keep going. Because I mean, the best thing about this is that you get what you put in. So if you consistently come in and stick with it, you're going to see the changes. And the great thing about it is you just have such an amazing amount of support from other people in the program. So I would definitely recommend it for anybody who wants to make a change, wherever you may be as far as your goals and what kind of amount of progression you need to make or how much knowledge you have. It's definitely um, a huge benefit to be part of the group.
I love that. I love all the drive that you've given into your program and all your effort. You've come so far, and it's really exciting to be a part of your journey. So, we really appreciate you, Armando, for being on your program, for being a part of the Pursuit team. So, let's just give everyone a wave goodbye. And thanks again, Armando, for your time and hopping on this call with me.
No problem. Thank you.